It's Yuri. My first name, Yuri.
Scott Adkins is a talented British actor and a successful athlete. He became famous worldwide for his skills in taekwondo and kickboxing, as well as his presence in front of the camera. The most significant role in his career is considered the character of the Russian MMA fighter Yuri Boyka, which Scott embodied in the series of films Undisputed. Yuri Boyka, how Scott Adkins lives and how much he earns. Scott Edward Adkins was born on June 17, 1976 in the English city of Sutton Coldfield, in a family of butchers. The parents of the future actor, John and Janet Adkins, devoted a lot of effort and attention to the upbringing of their sons, the elder Craig and the younger Scott. They wanted to make the boys into real men. Scott attended Bishop Vesey's grammar school, but wasn't particularly successful. Instead of school subjects, from an early age the boy preferred martial arts, mainly watching action films with his idols, Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, and Jean-Claude Van Damme, dreaming of one day becoming like them. When Scott was 10 years old, his father took him to a local sports club for judo lessons. From the very first class, martial arts became the real meaning of the boy's life. Soon, in addition to the judo lessons, he started taking taekwondo under the supervision of Ron Sergio, a member of the British Martial Arts Association. A few years later, the young man started mastering kickboxing under the strict supervision of Anthony Jones, an instructor of the Professional Karate Association, and very soon he achieved success. By the age of 14, he already received a black belt in taekwondo and kickboxing, passed the standards for a black belt in wushu, judo, jiu-jitsu, and could have become a real champion if his attention hadn't switched to cinema. The popularity of his childhood idols inspired Scott to become a professional not only in the ring, but also on screen. In high school, the boy signed up for a theater studio, planning to continue his studies at the London Academy of Music and Dramatic Art after graduation. Despite the fact that the young actor was very shy and had terrible stage fright, he decided to not back down and tried his best to overcome his fears. Even back then, Adkins knew that he would play strong characters who win no matter what. Scott studied at the academy for only 1 year. His family had no money for further education, and the young man had to leave the institution. In 1998-1999, shortly after dropping out, Adkins made his first TV appearance. He had cameo roles in the British TV series EastEnders, City Centre, Holby City, and Doctors. Although episodic roles didn't bring the actor fame and a lot of money, they became useful for gaining experience on working on film sets. Scott's career gained significant momentum when he was noticed by Stephen Tung, a head of the Hong Kong Stunt Association. He invited Scott to star in the film Extreme Challenge, which was released in 2001. In addition, the young actor also appeared in the thriller The Accidental Spy, in which he starred with one of his childhood idols, the famous Jackie Chan. The handsome and promising actor was noticed by both audiences and directors. Scott started to get invited to high-grossing films more and more often. So in 2002, he appears in the film Black Mass 2, City of Masks, and in 2003, he met with Jackie Chan again on the set of the film The Medallion. Over the next few years, Scott starred in several fairly successful films. Unleashed, Pit Fighter. He appeared in the TV series Mile Higher, but he didn't achieve the fame he desired. In 2006, Adkins had a chance to play one of the main roles in the action movie Undisputed 2, Last Man Standing.
Let's champion. But in here, I am the champion.
You know what it feels like to be in here for nothing? You better turn around and get me the fuck out of here.
I will. Do not stop me from doing what I have to do.
The famous Michael J. White starred in the film too. The film company New Image Inc. objected to Scott playing the role. They wanted to see someone taller and bigger instead. The actor had to gain weight so that his character Yuri Boyka looked like a worthy opponent for White's character. For this film, Adkins received $150,000. The story about fighting in a Russian prison became significant in the young actor's career, and the role of the prisoner Yuri Boyka is still his most memorable even today. After a successful role in Undisputed 2, Scott appears in the crime comedy Pink Panther with Steve Martin and the spy thriller The Bourne Ultimatum with Matt Damon. In 2008, the actor appeared in the thriller Stag Night and the action film The Shepherd, where he had the opportunity to work with another childhood idol, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
You know what, Jack? Dying ain't such a bad thing, you know? I guess that's why I'm still here, right?
Thanks to his excellent physical form in 2009, Adkins got the main role in the action movie Ninja by Isaac Florentine, for which he received $400,000.
On the ground!
Where is she?
I said get on the ground.
What do you think is happening here?
Get down or I'll put you down.
He also appeared in the thriller The Tournament. In 2010, the actor solidified his celebrity status when he returned to his role of Yuri Boyka in the new film Undisputed 3: Redemption. For this film, Scott received $300,000.
Children? Have, children?
The film won 2 awards at the Action Fest: Best Fight Choreography and Best Director. Scott has always kept his personal life private from the media. When he started showing up in public with Lisa, his future wife, no one knew anything about the girl or how their affair started. Only in the spring of 2011, the information appeared on the internet that Lisa gave birth to Atkins' daughter, Carmen Gabriella. The actor even gave up his favorite computer games to spend more time with the baby and his wife. In the same year, Adkins was invited to act in the film Assassination Game. Although initially, Vinnie Jones was supposed to play this role, but soon, for unknown reasons, he was replaced by Scott.
Who? We got a deal? If your intel's for real, who's your lead?
Guy who makes his hardware. Polo loves his toys.
In 2012, the actor appeared in the main role in the action film Universal Soldier: Day of Reckoning, for which he received $380,000.
Get back!
Look out!
According to director John Hyams, the fight between Adkins and Van Damme was supposed to be more acrobatic, but the scene had to be remade at the last moment because Adkins had torn the ligaments in his knee before filming. As part of a promotional tour dedicated to the release of Universal Soldier, Scott visited Moscow. In the same year, the actor played in the military drama Zero Dark 30, the action film El Gringo, and in the thriller The Expendables 2. In the latter, he worked on the set with Sylvester Stallone, Jet Li, Jason Statham, and others.
What was that?
Now pick it up. Hand it to me.
In 2013, the sequel to Isaac Florentine's action film Ninja 2 was released.
What?
In which Scott's character, Casey Bowman, has to avenge his murdered wife. During the filming, Scott injured his back, so his body double, Rahim Achabaki, filmed the rest of the fights. For the first time in Atkins' career, he didn't perform the fight scenes himself. For this film, Scott received $200,000. In 2013, the actor added 2 more films to his filmography: the adventure thriller Legendary and the crime thriller Green Street 3, Never Back Down. In 2014, Adkins appeared in the role of King Amphitryon in the film The Legend of Hercules.
People of Terrence, I give you your mighty Hercules. He bleeds! And why? Because he's nothing more than an imposter! A liar!
In 2015, the actor appeared as the main character in 5 films at once. the historical action film Wolf Warrior, the thriller Zero Tolerance and Criminal, the crime film Close Range, and the action film Re-Kill. Scott also stars in the horror film Home Invasion and in the military action film Jarhead 3: The Siege. In 2016, 5 more films with his participation were released. Among the best works, the superhero film Doctor Strange, the eccentric comedy Grimsby, and the action film Eliminators are worth mentioning.
Daddy, what happened to your face?
Nothing, sweetie.
Also in 2016, the actor worked on the set of the 4th part of the film Undisputed. For this film, Scott received $300,000.
You should fight for me, here, in my ring.
Not interested. Didn't come here for that.
Why did you come then?
The girl, the waitress.
On their social media, the actors of the film occasionally posted photos from the set, which immediately aroused interest among their fans. This project also involved the English athlete Martin Ford in the role of Kashmar, who opposed Atkins' character, Yuri Boyka. In 2017, the actor added the action films American Assassin and Savage Dog to his filmography. The following year, Adkins starred in the thriller Accident Man, the science fiction film Incoming, and the crime thriller The Debt Collector. On June 1, 2018, the actor had a son, Joshua Jack Adkins. Scott occasionally delights his fans with family photos on his Instagram. In 2019, despite the fact that Scott tried to spend a lot of time with his family, he managed to star in the action films Triple Threat, Kidnap, and Avengement, for which he received $150,000.
Jesus Christ! Why the fuck is it so hard to kill one little Chinese girl?
In this film, Adkins not only worked as an actor, but he also helped to work on the script. Scott noted that it was Avengement that helped him escape the image of the Russian villain, which had stuck to him after working on the film series Undisputed. At the end of 2019, the biographical drama Yip Man 4 had a limited release in the United States. In the film, Adkins' partner was Donnie Yen.
Is that it? Huh? Is that all you got?
Critics received the film well, and a journalist for The Wrap noted Adkins' convincing performance. At the end of May 2020, the action film The Debt Collector 2 was released for digital distribution. The film is about new adventures of 2 partners collectors, in which Louis Mandylor and Vladimir Kulich again star together with Adkins.
Get outside now!
Fuck off, Harry Styles. This don't concern you.
Listen, mate. We can kick 7 shades of shite out of each other for all I care, but you're doing it outside, otherwise it is my concern.
Who the fuck do you think you are?
In the same year, moviegoers were pleased with the actor's performance in the films Cruel Summer, Legacy of Lies, and Hostage. In December 2020, the fantastic comedy Max Cloud was released in the digital rental. In it, Adkins played the main role.
Is this real? Can I touch you?
Pull yourself together, soldier. We don't have time for this.
Despite his popularity, celebrity status, and a $2 million fortune, Scott still lives in Birmingham in his house, which he bought after his wedding, not far from his parents. There are 2 reasons for this. First, he can't stand the hustle and bustle of large cities, and secondly, he wants to spend as much time as possible with his family. In 2020, in an interview, the actor said that his career doesn't concern his wife and children. They don't have a superiority complex when talking to actors or other people. The actor also shared a story about how he proposed to his beloved. It happened on the set of another action movie, which took place in Istanbul. Back then, Scott was playing a minor role, so we invited Lisa along. He rented a yacht where they drank champagne and ate chocolate-covered strawberries. There, Scott got down on one knee and proposed to Lisa, to which she agreed. Despite his honesty, there are no photos from the proposal or the wedding on the actor's social media. The actor tries to protect his family from the paparazzi and share exciting moments only with his loved ones. Adkins always goes to the gym at least 3 times a week to keep his body in shape. After the pandemic started in 2020, Scott admitted in an interview that he had set up a gym in his garage to maintain his muscles. By the way, as a true Englishman, he prefers the British car Range Rover. The actor said that he is happy to spend more time with his family, but sometimes his children seem unmanageable to him and he starts missing the film sets. In 2021, despite the pandemic restrictions, the premiere of the action film Castle Falls with Scott Adkins and Dolph Lundgren will take place. What do you think? If it were not for the role of Yuri Boyka, could Scott Adkins have become famous? If you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything interesting.